As we await the arrival of the Raiders from Loyola, some announcements to make. Remember to silence your cell phones here in the interview room. There's no flash photography, no video of any kind. Wait for microphone to come to you. Just signal our microphone person for the microphone. And when you get the microphone and you're recognized, please state name and affiliation, okay? Transcripts will be distributed here in the building, but online you can go to ncaa.com/transcripts. And for all the TV folks, our satellite coordinates are Galaxy 17, slot C. The data rate is 11.914, and the FEC is 5/6. Huh? I'm ready. That's what I meant to say. Media in the workroom, the Ramblers have arrived in the holding room. We'll be on stage in just a second. So, and they're coming down the steps as we speak. Okay. Hang on. 1 second, please. Clayton and and there are other cards. Okay.
What?
Okay, we're ready to begin with the Ramblers of Loyola, Chicago. We have Coach Porter Moser, 3 student athletes, Dante Ingram, Clayton Custer, and Marcus Towns. Coach, congratulations.
You know, first of all, you know, God is good. He blessed this group. We give the glory to him. He blessed our university, this group. He blessed me being able to coach resilient kids. The second thing with these young guys, we're in the huddle. I mean, even when we were down 7, you know, it was just about, you know, keep fighting, keep fighting. There's no quitting these guys. They believe, they share the ball. We had 19 assists, and a great example is that last pass to Dante with Marcus to find it. And they made big shots. You know, Clay made a big shot on an action we run in the corner. You know, very, very blessed that we have kids that do not quit, that are resilient.
Thank you, Coach. Let's go to questions for the 3 guys. First question will be on the left, here on the inside aisle.
Shannon Ryan, Chicago Tribune. Dante, just describe the shot and just the feeling when that goes in.
I mean, it was a great feeling. You know, I thank Marcus, you know, for making that pass. You know, any one of us could have hit that shot, but you know, I was just fortunate enough to be in the position, and you know, when I seen the shot and I had space, I was confident in it went in, luckily.
Okay, we'll stay here on the left in the middle.
David Hoffman, Chicago Tribune. Just before that happened, before the timeout, what was the discussion like in terms of what the plan was if he missed, and how close did what happened was it to what you wanted, what was planned?
Yeah, well, if our 5-man Cameron Croak would have got the rebound, we would have called a timeout. But since a guard got it, you know, coach just had faith in us and said, let's go. You know, we're in attack. So, you know, at that point, it's just up to us to make a play, and luckily we came through with a play.
Okay, other questions? Okay, here on the right. Extreme outside for you guys.
Nick Schultz, Loyola Phoenix. Clay, you had that game-tying shot. Can you just talk about that pass from Ben and what went on with that play?
I mean, that's another example of Ben knowing where I'm going to be before anybody else knows where I'm going to be. No, it's a credit to coach. I mean, we work on situations like that in the last 4 minutes every day in practice. We try to be the best team at executing down the stretch. And I mean, we've worked on that action 100 times. So we felt comfortable running it, and we executed it perfectly, and it was lucky enough to make the shot.
Okay, back on the left.
For all of you, you guys were picked as, you know, an upset pick, and there's some pressure on you. Highlight game, just, you know, how did you kind of keep in such a tight situation in the game, like your coach mentioned in the timeout, just kind of keeping cool? How did you guys manage to, maybe Clayton, you can discuss that, just keep your cool through all of this?
Marcus, why don't you start with that?
I mean, we go through those situations all the time. Nothing has changed. You know, we talk about in the huddle the last 4 minutes. You know, just give it everything you got and don't break. Don't break on defense. You know, just stay and execute our plays. We just talk about just never give up. And you just talking about in the huddle, coach always emphasized, you know, just don't break. Don't break. This is the last 4 minutes. Don't break.
Dante?
I mean, we just all have confidence in each other. You know, like Marcus said, we go through those situations in practice all the time. So we know it's a full 40 minutes to play, and we all want to stay together, you know, stay connected. And if we do that and leave it all out there, we have a good chance to win.
And Custer?
I mean, I don't know. Coach does a great job of making sure we keep our blinders on. I mean, in a situation like the NCAA tournament, there's so many distractions around us and cameras following us around everywhere. And he closed the doors on everybody and just told us, like, it's time to play, it's time to focus. And I don't feel like we had pressure on us to win. I mean, we're in the situation where we can go out there and play free and play the way we've been playing all year. And I think we're a scary team if we're playing free and like we have nothing to lose. So I think that's a big part of what we've been doing.
Let's go in the back.
Josh Peter with USA Today. For each of the three players, as you guys left the court, you all stopped and greeted Sister Jean. Can you talk about what she means to the team, and if you have any stories that sort of illustrate
All
the type
three?
of person she is, please?
Okay, Dante, we'll let you go.
Sister Jean, she has meant, you know, so much to me personally, you know, obviously the team. She is there before every game. She's saying prayer before every game. After the game, she's sending a general email to the team. And then at the end of the email, it'll be individualized. You know, hey, Dante, you did this. You rebounded well tonight. Even though they were out there to get you, you know, you still came through for the team. But, you know, she's just so special. You know, her spirit, she's just so bright. And she means so much to the city of Chicago and, you know, Loyola, obviously, our team.
Marcus?
Yeah, she gives us a great scouting report. So, you know, no, Sister Jean, she's just a wonderful person. You know, just to have her around and her presence and her aura, you know, when you see her, it's just like the world is just great because, you know, just her spirit and her faith in us and Loyola basketball and just her being around. She's the biggest Loyola fan I've ever met in my entire life, and just having her and her giving us our pregame prayers and just having her here is just a real blessing.
Clayton?
Yeah, I mean, Sister Jean's like when you talk to her when she's in the same room as you, you feel it warms your heart. She just has such a positive energy around her, and I mean, she's honestly just amazing. For her to be doing what she's doing at her age, it's amazing and it's inspiring. And I think her prayers definitely mean a little bit extra when she prays for us. So she's huge for us, and she's huge for our success.
Closing questions for our student athletes. Let's go here on the right in the middle.
Yes, Donnie Arnick, Donnie Sports 17 Network. There's an overused statement, but defense wins ball games, and it took a defensive play to set up the winning basket. I know you practice offensive plays, but how much of high emphasis you put on defense in your game plan?
You want me to take it? Yeah. All right. I would say defense is at the top of the list, you know, because defense wins championships. So, you know, I mean, offense can win us, you know, a couple games here and there, but we really take pride in our defense. And, you know, we set game goals for our defense. You know, we want to keep them at a certain percentage, limit them to a certain amount of offensive rebounds on the glass. And, you know, I don't think we got a field goal percentage today, but, you know, that just shows that we don't ever quit. I have never seen these guys quit all year, and we're just looking forward to this next game.
Last question for our student athletes here on the right.
Chris Hayes, Orlando Sentinel. Dante, back to the shot again. This is the kind of thing that this month's all about. You've seen it before and growing up and everything, hitting the game-winning shot against the higher-ranked team. Does it really set in for you yet?
I mean, man, I've been saying all, you know, last week when people have been asking me how does it feel to get to the tournament. And I've been saying, you know, this is, you know, as a kid, you know, this is what you grow up seeing, you know, hoping that you can be in that moment. So, you know, for me to be in this position with these guys, with this coaching staff, you know, I wouldn't want any other way. And I'm just obviously blessed to hit that shot, and I'm happy we can get on to advance to Tennessee.
All right, guys, we'll let you go back to the locker room. Congratulations. You have more interviews there and some celebration to take care of, I think. Let's go to questions now for Coach Moser. Who wants to go first? Katie, I believe we have one here in the middle, on the left, right here, right? Okay. Coach, here on your left.
Porter, just how discouraging was it at times? And you talked about that resilience. Did you sense that your team maintained its confidence, or did you see any kind of you know, any signs that they wouldn't be able to, you know, come back?
The only negative sign I saw was the first couple minutes defensively in the second half. And then we had a media, and we kind of got after them a little bit, and then we were guarding the way we were guarding. But, like, we were down 7 in a timeout. I think I called the timeout. And it was all about us regrouping, you know, moving forward. We've been in that position many times where we've gotten down and we don't quit. These guys understand that there's a lot of possessions left. They understand that we can have great possessions on both ends. And that's what it was about. It was about great possessions, getting the defense, getting our – and we always talk about this, and I think you've heard me say this, is our defense has got to dictate our offense. I think we came out of that timeout, and then Ben Richardson got a great steal and then kicked it up, and we got a layup. That's one of those intangible plays we talk about. Our defense just created it. We needed a play like that bad. And, you know, it shows you the intangibles of what, you know, of Ben. You know, you look at Ben. You know, Ben didn't score tonight. He was unbelievable. He had some really good plays defensively, and he had 8 assists. 1 turnover, 1 block. I mean, that's got to be a career. One steal, 5 rebounds. I mean, the kid does anything he needs to do to win, and he is just a winner. And those are things that guys like Ben, Marcus, we're in the huddle, and it wasn't any panic. It was about getting back, grinding defense, sharing the ball.
In the back.
Phil Woodall, KVR in Amarillo, Texas. Coach, this hot streak that you guys have been on, how much confidence is that giving to your team as you enter this tournament? And also, have you mentioned to them it's been 55 years since Loyola Chicago won the national championship?
Yeah, they're well aware of the national championship, the guys in the team. In terms of, you know, where we're at, a lot of people, you know, talk about the conference tournament is a new season, NCAA tournament is a new season. We've never viewed it that way. We wanted to continue on what we were doing. The thing about this hot streak, we didn't talk. I don't even know if the guys we've even talked about how many we've won out of, you know. It's all about this mentality of get better. We said before the conference tournament, those 4 or 5 practices we had, we said we got to get better this week. So then we had some time off, and there was a lot of questions about how's your team going to handle 11 days off, and it's the same mentality we've had all year. We can't control that. What can we control? We did situations all week. We worked on that play that Clay hit all week, all right? And that's what you do. You control things you can control. And that these guys believe, and we got better this week. We got better, and that's why we're not dwelling on the past. You know, these guys really got a good mentality because of their culture and because of their togetherness.
Have time just for a couple more questions for Coach. We'll go here on the front. right side.
Coach Ken Davis from the Athletic. Clayton was talking about how you keep blinders on them and that allows them to play free. Can you just talk about your philosophy and what you do to handle all the extra stuff?
Yeah, what we've talked about is this. I was asked a question yesterday. How are you guys letting the guys enjoy the moment? 100% I've been letting them enjoy the moment. It's been great for them. They come down. I mean, heck, we got a police escort to the arena. We've got these guys, and we went to, around Chicago. Chicago's buzzing like crazy. And I want them to enjoy that. They've worked so hard to get here. What our blinders is we talk about is when it's time to be in a film session, when it's time to be in a practice, it is a blinders with the focus. And it's a credit to them. They've bought into that. So we got off the bus, and there was TV cameras everywhere. And then we went in. I wouldn't allow anybody in from that point on, and that's what he meant. We closed the door, and we all just said blinders now. We got our laser, blinders on, and it's all about the next 2 hours. And these guys have, you got to be mature to do that. But I want them to enjoy the moment. These guys are unbelievable. I'm so blessed. We're having this journey with unbelievable guys. I want them to enjoy this. And I'm able to do that. If I thought we had an immature group that wouldn't focus, I probably would have been a little bit more this. But we've been really just talking about the blinders when we get in the film, when we get into practice, and they've been practicing their butt off. Our film session, our walkthrough this morning was just absolutely laser right on what we were trying to do.
Okay, we're out of time for Coach. We want to say congratulations to you and the
Thank you very
Ramblers,
much.
and we will see you tomorrow at the news conference for more Q&A. Okay, well, you're joined now by the Hurricanes of the University of Miami, Coach Jim Larinaga, student athletes are Jaquan Newton and Lonnie Walker IV. Coach, we'll turn to you first for an opening comment.
Well, it's pretty simple to know why we call it March Madness. Unbelievable, great game. Both teams played very hard. We did some very good things and shot the ball over 50%, 44% from three, out-rebounded them. But it was one big play after another, and it was a close contest throughout, and they made the last big play. They hit that three that basically won the game for them. So hats off to them, and congratulations to the Loyola basketball program.
Thank you, Coach. Let's go to questions now for Jaquan and Lonnie, and then we'll come back for Coach at the end. Any questions for the two guys? Okay. On your right, in the middle.
Chris Hayes, Orlando Sentinel. Jaquan, can you just kind of run us through that last play?
Lonnie was at the line. He had missed a shot, and they had an opportunity when they got the rebound, to run. And I couldn't really see, what happened because I went to go find my man. I just seen the ball go in the net.
Okay, well, again, we'll follow up here.
You guys obviously see these kind of things happen. You never think it'll happen to you. You dream about you being the one that makes the big shot. Lonnie, how about you from that perspective? What's the feeling out there?
After they made the shot, I mean, it's definitely a dagger to the heart. It for surely hurts because some of your teammates, such as Jaquan Newton, who's a senior, you come to realization it's your last game with them. So it definitely hurts, seeing a shot like that go in. But, I'm proud of my team and how we fought and how we played. So hats off to them, and, I hope they do well in the tournament.
Further questions? Anything else? Okay, guys, I think we'll let you go back to the locker room with your SID. Andy Flutterjohn for one-on-one interviews there. Thank you for coming, and great season.
Am I done?
No, we will now go to questions for Coach. Who wants to ask a question for Coach? Here in the middle, here on Coach's right.
Coach, we asked you a little bit the other day about the 6-11 seed. Now you're on the other side of that. Can you kind of describe that for us?
Well, as I said the other day, I don't think the seeds mean that much. Teams that make this tournament are really good. And whether you're a high seed or a low seed, it really depends on how you play. And I thought we played well enough to win this game. We had our chances. We put ourselves in position to win, but so did Loyola. They did a good job. We pulled ahead of them in the second half, and they fought back. But I thought we made some very good plays. I thought the defensive stop that we got with the 2-point lead with under 10 seconds to go, I believe, I thought that was going to seal the victory for us. But that something that happens quite often in this tournament, someone steps up and makes a huge shot. I think it was Dante Ingram was trailing the play. When Lonnie missed the free throw, Sam Wardenberg had a chance to get the offensive rebound. There was a battle. It went loose, and they came up with it. And so it made it like a scramble getting back defensively. And I thought we guarded the first couple of guys correctly, and they were not able to shoot, but Ingram trailed the play, and they kicked it back to him. I thought the biggest statistic that separated us is they had 19 assists, we only had 11. They found the open man a little bit more than we did, despite the fact that we shot 51% from the field, better than their 47, and 44% from three, better than their 38. And neither one of us shot well from the foul line. We shot 61%, they shot 44%. So when I look at those numbers, I think to myself, we probably won the game. But we didn't. They made the last big play.
Okay, we'll follow up with Coach here.
You talked about the 19 assists. Was it a matter of their persistence offensively that enabled them to get free once in a while there?
Well, no. What I thought they did very well was they set a lot of screens in the middle of the court and rolled the man to the basket. And sometimes our help defense was there and very good. But other times we were worried so much about them making threes that the help defender left early so he could cover a three-point shooter. They didn't throw it to the three-point shooter. They threw it to the roll man, and he ended up making the layup. We tried making adjustments in the first half, did a little bit better job in the second half, but not quite well enough to come out on top.
Okay, again, here on the right, in the middle.
Yeah, Kevin Brockwick, Angel son. Jim, this is obviously the second straight early exit. This one obviously more competitive than the last one against Michigan State. But how do you view just the state of the program going forward and some of the pieces that you're going to have back and some of the pieces that might be going?
Well, the first thing is I thought these guys did a great job this year. When we started the season, we had 5 freshmen and 4 sophomores, only 1 senior. So it was a very young group. Just to make it to the big dance, I thought was a tremendous accomplishment. Secondly, we lost perhaps our best player in Bruce Brown midway through the ACC race, which made it even more challenging to finish as high as we did in the ACC and make the big dance. In today's college game, there's no way to predict at this early stage how you're going to look next year. With the number of kids that transfer, guys that go pro, injuries, recruiting. What you see now, would be great if we had everybody back next year. If we did, I'd feel very, very strongly that we'd have a great team. One of the things my staff and I have wanted to do, haven't been able to do, is stay older, have a more experienced team. I think that plays very well into postseason. I think the older guys who've been through it normally play well. I think younger guys have it a little more challenging. Right now, we only have one scholarship senior. We have 2 guys sitting out. So if everybody would return, that would be like 11 guys. We still have 2 scholarships to give. But in today's game, I have no idea. And I look around our league, I can't tell you what's going to happen at those places either, because guys are going pro, guys are transferring who don't play much, guys get injured, and they're out, could be out for the season. We saw a lot of that this year with Bruce Brown and Dante Grantham, and now DeAndre Hunter's hurt and missing the tournament. So it's very, very hard to predict this far in advance.
Anything else for Coach?
Thank you.
All right, Coach, thank you so much.